you're going to be training with a simple walking cane. Now you can have a lightweight cane like this, you can have a little bit heavier oak cane like this. Doesn't matter which one you use, but use something. Get started training now so you can learn how to defend yourself in a simple, effective, powerful way with the tool you carry with you everywhere, every single day. You can take your walking cane anywhere. So in this walking cane self-defense training for seniors, we're not just talking about training with a cane for people who are over a certain age. We're talking about anybody who wants to have an option for self-defense that is simple, basic, can go with you anywhere and everywhere. So grab your walking cane. We're going to start with this basic outside spinning technique coming out of the thumb side of the hand. Your hand is not fully closed, it's closed, but it's not squeezing. Allow the cane to spin to the outside. You're going to pull your stomach up and in, abs tight. It's going to the right side of the body because it's in the right hand first. And then after you do this for about 30 seconds, you're going to put it into your left hand and do the same thing. Palm faces the sky, the long side comes out, the hand is mostly closed, and you're cranking forward. This forward cranking motion is going to engage the core muscles, start to get you stronger. Good morning to everybody. I'm glad you're here. You're bringing it around. You're starting to build that callus on your hand too. You need these calluses on your hand so that the cane moves more smoothly through your hand, and it's going to give you a stronger grip. Doing this standing or sitting is okay. Either way is correct. And if you have two canes, if you use one cane or a cane to get around with, that means it's a mobility device that you use every day. Then hold on to one cane, stand up as you can, and spin in the other hand. If that's not an option and you have to sit, being seated is fine. You're still going to engage your core muscles. You're going to start to build speed, strength, power, and really develop the technique that you need to stay safe from injury in an attack. You want to stop the attacker, whether they've got a knife, multiple attackers, larger opponent. And you don't even have to be a senior, right? We say this is cane self-defense training for seniors, or walking cane self-defense training for seniors, but it can be for anybody. Anybody and everybody is allowed to carry a walking cane. It's just an extra level of self-defense in troubling times. You're going side to side. I carry this particular style, or this brand. This is a Cane Masters cane. There's a link below if you want to see what these cost. But I carry one of these in my car with me. And when I stop to get gas later at night in a neighborhood, I'm here in South Florida, and I call it my South Florida car insurance policy, or South Florida auto insurance policy, because it just gives me an extra layer of protection sitting on the seat, the passenger seat. I get out by myself. Maybe I've got the kids with me. I get out and I stand there pumping the gas into the car. I have this option to immediately, aggressively defend myself. Yes, I want you to become aggressive when we talk about self-defense. But first, let's warm up. Cross the body and back. Think of it as a slap across the face and a backhand, using this part of the hand for self-defense. Coming across and back, stomach up and in, abs tight. And again, if you need to, hold your body up with your cane. One cane, use another cane to start to do this motion. Learn how to fight using this one for balance and this one for self-defense. So you're going to cross your body and back for about 30 seconds, put it in the other hand, go across and back. That's just a sideways figure eight, also known as an endless spin. And again, your goal is to get blood through the joints, keep the joints safe from injury during your workout, but also build calluses, build proprioception, get a feeling for how the cane moves through space and time. Because as you defend yourself with it, you don't want to have to be thinking about it, trying to figure it out. You want it to happen very naturally. And all of this spinning, while you might not use it for self-defense, the spinning is going to help you when you do your basic strikes, because we're going to keep it really simple. But this is just a way to get in shape. Now, we're going to go right into some basic self-defense moves because I want you to know immediately how to defend yourself. But before we do that, I wanted to give you a quick review of canes. What walking cane or which walking cane is best for you? This is a lightweight rattan. Rattan is a grass. It's extremely flexible. It's extremely strong. You can hit with it. You can thrust. You can use the crook side to rake, slide it across their face for self-defense, and it's not gonna break. It's like a big hammer when you turn it around. So you're gonna be able to generate a lot of force, a lot of power, and it's super lightweight. If you wanna use some Irish stick fighting techniques, these fast striking motions, you're gonna be able to do that with this lighter weight cane very effectively. So this is a good option if you're looking for an inexpensive, this is the second link below in the martial arts store. It says lightweight rattan cane. Rattan, again, is a grass. It's not going to be as hard hitting and as durable as this oak cane. So this is the Cane Masters cane. Cane Masters, that's the first link below in oak. The benefit of having an oak cane is just destruction power, right? You're gonna be able to hit so much harder when you rake. It also has that bevel there, that piece of hard wood in that shape, raking for self-defense across the face, across the skin, across the body, into those nerves, literally popping the muscle off the chest bone for self-defense. It's very effective. So this one, it's just a few dollars more. They're both very inexpensive. This is that first link. But this is the Cane Masters cane. Cane Masters is a brand, and they make this. This is the Oak Dojo training cane. It's the first one in the link below. You can see this one's taking a beating. I ripped the tip off. But it's extremely durable. These are soaked. They're made in a special way. If you have any interest in modifications of the cane, send me an email, pasquinelli@hotmail.com, or go to my website, and I can help you figure out which Cane Masters cane is best for you, or just start with this basic dojo training cane. Hello, it's good to see you, Logan. Go back to the basic position, right? Where we have our hand here where we were spinning. And I want you to practice from this position for self-defense, getting it up into this position, putting the stick between you, or the cane between you and the threat. We're gonna call this the threat. Now, he might have a knife. He might be bigger. He might be part of a group of people, multiple attackers who are coming at you. You want to create as much distance as you can. And so from here, you're going to make this a practice. You just bring it up. See how my hand slid down? I was here on the ground. I just come up and slide. And again, that's the reason I want you to do so much of this spinning. The spinning is not necessarily for, we can do bow staff later today. The spinning is not necessarily just for self-defense. It's to develop this kind of second sense in your hand, like your hand has its own mind. And without even thinking about it, you know how to slide the hand up and down on it. You're gonna get better at that the more spinning you do. So if this is the threat, the cane is in my hand, I'm gonna step away from the threat and at the same time make myself a smaller target. So from here, I'm a very big person, I'm very broad. From here, now I've made myself smaller, I've pulled myself away from, or you can step into. They're both correct. I like to step into. It's a little bit more aggressive. And sometimes, some things are worth fighting for. Your dignity, your life, your freedom, some of those things are worth fighting for. We can do nunchucks too. And it's okay to be a little aggressive in self-defense. So are you. Thank you. You're just as cool. So from here, to my hand, I'm gonna step in or step back. Either way, one way's not good, one way's not bad, they're just different. You just want to put the staff or the cane between you and the threat. The stick, the length of your stick, whether it's a cane or a bow staff or any kind of martial arts weapon, or just a stick you picked up from the ground, that stick creates distance between you, and especially if they have a knife, that blade might be this long. This is gonna be longer. You want that distance. So you have a reach advantage. You can reach him, he can't reach you. And you wanna keep him back as far and as long as you can. So from here, if I create that distance, the next thing I'm gonna do is simply thrust. And thrusting means pushing, right? Just gonna push this tip. Now, whether the rubber's there or not, you can see that the wood's there. Whether the thing is here or not, I'm gonna stick this right into and through the soft parts of his face, his nose, his eyes, his mouth, his teeth, his throat for self-defense. I wanna continue to create distance. I wanna keep him off of me. from here, I'm just thrusting, and I want to do it in the quickest, fastest, most immediate, direct, and explosive way possible. That's the thrust, right? I will strike like this and like this. Bring it across here, back here. I'll maybe even switch positions and rake that across. But first things first. Most important thing is immediate, direct, explosive. Go with the simple technique that works for self-defense, and that is thrust. That's that straight line, right? From here, it's in your hand. Step in or step back. Just make sure it's between you and the threat, and thrust. Now here's how you practice. It's in your hand. Get in your better position. Thrust, thrust, thrust. It's just as simple as that. Your body doesn't even have to come forward. If you can, push a little with your body. If you need 2 canes, let me get that other cane again. Let's say you walk with a cane. You have to have a cane. You can't pick it up like that, or you're going to fall to the ground. Get 2 canes. Stay with 1. Get in that better position and thrust. Put your weight on this one and thrust. And you don't have to thrust that hard. It does not have to be a hard strike, a hard move. It's simply let the wood do all the work. Let this, supported by your whole body weight, just be an impediment for them to move forward. Let them run into it. As long as you keep it in the center line, face, throat, solar plexus, hard tip, soft, fleshy parts of the body for self-defense. That's a basic principle of self-defense. So from here, I go in, straight in here, and now I want you to do another strike. Second strike, we're gonna build a combination. Thrust, and then bring it to your shoulder. Right hand, right shoulder. Now, my shoulder's out to the side because I'm showing you on the back here, but your hand is really gonna be here. I want you to keep it closed. Don't keep it out. Keep it more closed this way. If I'm facing you, you're the threat. 1, 2, see that? 1, simply straight back. 1, don't bring it back here just because I was facing back, right? 1, back. 2. The second strike is gonna come across the body at an angle. Think about hitting temple, coming through the cheek, neck, shoulder, ribs, whatever you can hit. So from here, thrust, strike, thrust, strike, and then practice. Put your hand here like you're walking with it, better position, straight in, shoulder, right there. Hard, fast, explosive strike. If you don't have anything to hit, that's okay. Doesn't have to be there. Thrust, strike. Back down, thrust, strike. Every time I want you to get back into your starting position because I want you to train your mind, train your brain to have a mental picture that when you need to be in a better position for self-defense, you step in. From here, you step in. From here, every time you practice, always have a starting point. So from this position, better position, we're going thrust, angle, and then I want you to add the second angle. Think of doing an X, a downward X. These basic angular strikes are very powerful, very fast, very effective for self-defense. Then, after you do one side for about 30 seconds, put it in the other hand. Better position. Thrust, shoulder, strike, strike. Return. Better position. Thrust, face, face. Better position, or starting point. You're going to step in, better position, or step back, better position. Now these words that I'm saying, these little phrases, this is how you train your mind. This is how you make mental anchors. You need self-defense. It's just natural. It comes out of you. When you use mental anchors and you tell yourself, better position, right? From here, this is a bad position. If you're standing like this and you're talking, the guy's getting really aggressive, and you're starting to try to figure out what to do, what to say, how not to get hurt. And then before you know it, that knife comes out, they close the distance. It's too late, right? I want you to think, better position. Maybe he's not a threat. Doesn't matter. Either way, you're protected. The stick's between you and the threat. I said you had the reach advantage over that knife. You also have the advantage of the wood not bleeding, right? Let him hit the knife onto the wood, not into your body, not slashing your skin. So from here, better position. Now, instead of thinking thrust, you know the move, you know it's a thrust. Think face, 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 and then think temple, temple, or think face, neck, neck, face, ribs, ribs. And then when you strike with that intention. For self-defense, you want to intend to break, destroy. The cane, this Cane Master's cane, this is the dojo training cane in oak. This will break bones. The wood seeks flesh. It doesn't seek flesh, it seeks bone. Hits the flesh, compresses the flesh, splits the flesh, snaps that bone, crushes the bone for self-defense. This is all self-defense, whether you're a senior or not. Walking cane self-defense for seniors or walking cane self-defense training for seniors, not just full of seniors. Sometimes people who are not seniors are getting into the cane because it's a practical device you can carry with you anywhere you go. Now I'm going to add to this series. I have 3 new self-defense tools that we're going to work on sometime in the next week. I'm going to bring them in one at a time. And I've been really thinking about this, studying, talking to other people who teach this concept of being your own first responder. Your own, meaning both medical. I have everywhere I go, in my house, in my car, here, and I have several here, but I have medical kits. Medical kits, simple, basic, but you have things to stop the bleeding, get the breathing going. Again, more than just a Band-Aid, but basic self-defense. And then if you're in a situation, come up on a car accident, you're the first person there. You might not even know how to use all of this stuff, but some lady pops out of her car, she said, or a man, it could be man or woman. I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor. Oh, I wish I had. And you're like, here, use this. I don't know how to use it, but I've got it. So carry some of those things with you. And then when it comes to self-defense, think about, it takes maybe 3 to 5 minutes for the ambulance to get to where you are. You might be in a part of the world where it's way longer than that. And maybe with COVID shut down, they don't even come. They're not coming. Police aren't coming and responding to certain things, areas where it's shut down. So now you're the first responder when it comes to self-defense. You're your own close protection agent, your own bodyguard, your own executive protection agent. And so if you're going to protect yourself, your family, having something like a cane becomes a force multiplier. Instead of just using your hands, you don't really want to use your hand against a knife, right? Slashing and stabbing. You don't want to use your hand if you can use a cane. Now someone will say, of course, you can pull out this and do that. Yes, most people won't though. Most people don't have this. And most people are not trained to use this, and most people don't have the mental triggers to be able to use this. That's for another discussion, right? But people who know understand what we're talking about. From here, you can use this, right? You can create that distance. Face, temple. Maybe it's the arm that's carrying the knife. So you go face, arm, temple, and then boom, hit them there, turn off the operating system. Fight's over, you win. But have a choice. The other 3 things that we're going to bring in, those are also going to give you more choices to be your own bodyguard, your own personal protection detail. Maybe you've got your family with you. Maybe you've got your significant other, or you've got kids or grandkids with you, and you want to have that sense that you could protect them if you had to. Again, you used to have that. You don't feel like you have it anymore. Let's get that back, right? It's your right to defend yourself. Now, I want you to build strength in your legs, because when you have a strong foundation in your legs, all of the strikes, whether it's open hand or empty hand strikes, punches, knees, elbows, kicks, or weapon in your hand, all of them are coming off of the floor. You have to have that solid foundation. So when you can, put it between your legs on the ground, and you're just going to go down and up, assisting yourself in a squat. This is an assisted squat, assisting with your arms. Your arms take some of the weight off of your legs. And so that means if you haven't done squats in a long time, these are air squats, but if you haven't done any kind of heavy exercise like that to get your body lean and strong and healthy, and you need to get back to that, and it's not because you got old, it's because you stopped using your body a certain way, then you use the cane to start getting back into fighting shape. I want you to get fighting fit. I want you to be able to defend yourself and feel like you can defend yourself. You can get there faster when you add sets of these assisted squats in between sets of spinning the cane or combat cane spinning, and in between sets of striking. Let's go back to striking and let's turn the crook or the hook here forward facing the threat. So this is just a different way to hold it. This is ergonomically better for you, especially using the Cane Master's cane. You can lean on it, put all your weight on it. It's a healthier position, it's a stronger position. So again, if you need 2 canes, 1 cane to walk with or ambulate with, and 1 cane to defend yourself with, put your body weight here, get your yourself into a position where you can defend yourself. Get your other hand up and strike, right? And that's going to be better if you have it facing out. Now, from this position, this is the threat again. I like this position because you can now respond more quickly to a threat. If you're here and you're in this position, back up. I have every right to defend. Giving verbal commands. Stop, back up. Don't touch, don't come any closer. I'll defend myself. Get away from my wife. Don't touch my grandkid, right? That's your right, by the way. That's your right and responsibility. You don't have time to, hello, it's good to see you. You don't have time to wait for the police officers to come. That's what we were talking about earlier. You're your own first responder. You're your own bodyguard. You're the close protection detail. So in this position, you can have this. Now in this position, you do the same thing by just popping it up. And again, it's going to slide through your hand. Hello from India, I'm glad you're here. Slide it up here, and the first thing you're gonna do again is that thrust. Thrust, thrust. Now you're hitting with this big fat knuckle. It's like a fist, right? I always say knuckle, but that's almost like that's as big as my fist. So from here, stepping forward, better position, or stepping back, better position. Either way, remember the rule? Put the cane between you and the threat. Here's the threat. Cane goes between me and the threat, I thrust. And mental anchors. I want you to think mental anchors. So in this position, think face, 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 solar plexus, right? You don't have to say solar plexus if you want to say gut, right? Stomach, smash, smash, groin. And when we say groin, we're really talking about the private parts, right? Somewhere in that area, between the belly button and their private parts, hit them there. Smash it as hard as you can. So from here, you pop it up. It's a little less aggressive than this one looks because you have this big long stick between you and the threat. I like this because, especially if they have a knife, or if I don't know if they have a knife or not, this gives me more distance between me and them. Now I'm here, I've got a thrust, I've got a hook punch, using this, smashing, and so I'm gonna think temple, jaw, I'm gonna think teeth, like smashing the teeth out of his mouth for self-defense. And then I bring it back across the other way, ripping, ripping. And then I'm gonna think eye for self-defense, eye, right? Or nose. You imagine that coming here, it's gonna pull it right off. Hello from Madurai, did I say that right? And then coming through here. Teeth for self-defense. Neck, chest. And the reason I want you to start thinking in terms of targets instead of terms of technique. So in the old system, the old way we would always do it, I'd say thrust, hook, I'd say rake. Can you hear it? Think about raking this hard piece of wood right across their skin, across the face. I want you to think instead, okay, so it's near Delhi. It's think about taking the eye out, right? Coming through the temple, coming through the ear for self-defense. This is all self-defense. This is not kiddie martial arts. That's why we don't do it this way. I don't teach this to kids. I had no reason to teach this to kids, right? Unless it's a child who uses a cane and they want to learn some practical self-defense, so they don't get bullied and picked on. But you get the point. Think in terms of targets, not think in terms of technique. Don't worry about technique, think of targets. Start targeting better. Start hitting the targets that you're aiming for. Then, I'm gonna show you from this position. I don't have time to get in this position, get in a better position to fight for self-defense. I'm just gonna bring it straight up into his groin. I'm gonna smack myself. And this is good too. It's good to almost smack yourself because when you practice with intensity, someone told me I was too intense, so I'm beating that dead horse. I want you to get intense. He said, chill out, man. Don't chill out, right? We've been too chill for too long. And now you watch these videos around the world where people are just horribly, like thugs and street thugs and punks and socialists, communists, what are they called? Globalists, not globalists. They're all in the same boat. The Antifa, what do they call those guys? Anarchists. People that just wanted destruction. They just wanted to roaming around, just doing bad stuff to good people like you. And we're just chill. And it's like they used to say before the 9/11 and the planes, they flew into the towers and the towers came down. And they used to say before that, now if somebody tries to take over the plane, everybody just be calm, just wait, they'll land the plane, they'll get their ransom money, they'll go away, and then it'll be unpleasant. But don't fight back. What I'm saying is it's time to fight back. Some things are worth fighting for. Your life, your dignity, the lives of your children, your grandchildren, the dignity, your freedoms, those are worth fighting for. So don't chill out. Maybe learn how to get more intense. Turn it up a little bit, right? For self-defense. So from here, in this position, right between the legs. From here, pop them, pop them. And when you practice as hard as you can, practice, right? Don't practice slow and easy. Don't stay in your comfort zone. You'll never grow. Get out of your comfort zone. Start to grow. Start to get better. Learn some things to defend yourself. If you're a senior, you're only cane self-defense for seniors, or you're not a senior. Doesn't matter. Do something for yourself, but make sure it's not in your comfort zone. Make sure it's a little bit challenging. Make sure it's a little uncomfortable, unpleasant, obtuse, weird, different, so that you learn something new. Don't keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. We know that. But that's what you're doing. That's what most people do. Chill out, man. You know, you're getting too intense. Well, yeah, it's time to get intense. The other way wasn't working. We tried that for the last 30 years. Everybody just be polite. Everybody. No. Now they're taking advantage of you. Speak up for yourself. You can say, look, you don't have to like me, but you can't touch me. You don't have to like me, but you can't call me names. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like what I believe in, but you can't harm me or my family. I'll defend myself. That's your right. That's what I want you to do. So from here, using the end, this is turning up at the wrist, and it's turning up at the elbow. So you have from the elbow to the end, that's a big lever. That means it's going to hit very hard with a lot of force. And then when you add the little twist of the wrist, it's almost like a flick. It's like that little boom, flicking kick. That's going to come up between the legs. It's going to lift them off the ground, hopefully for self-defense. That's what you want. Now they come in too fast, pop them really fast, bring it through at this angle. Privates, neck, groin, arm, right? That's that knife coming out. Smash that thing, break it for self-defense. Brain for self-defense. So you're coming at, hello, Sensei Emmett, it's good to see you. Coming straight down the middle. But the basic concept is, instead of thinking technique, think of targeting. So we're just skipping a step. Self-defense is a matter of principles. Senior cane self-defense for seniors, cane self-defense for wounded warriors, any kind of self-defense cane. Like I said, I consider this to be my South Florida car insurance policy because it sits in my car as I drive around here, around Jupiter to Cuesta. You know, I can go down to Miami, go to South Beach, anywhere here in South Florida. Maybe I go to Orlando, Central Florida. Wherever I am, I got to get out, get the gas. It's a different world. You know, there's a lot of desperate people now. People want to take what you've got. And this is sitting there, and I'm pumping the gas. I get out of the car, and I turn the hook around, pumping the gas, and this is the lane between me and my kids are in the car. And I'm pumping, and the guy comes up aggressively, and it's happening a lot. They're like, hey, man, you got any money? You gonna give me something? Give me, man. Come on, man, give me some money. And they come up real fast because most people are like, oh, here you go. Right? And I'm not saying don't help the homeless, don't help the poor. I do it all the time. But the junkie coming up, you know, they know that if they're aggressive, most people will pay to get them away. I don't want them anywhere near my kids. I don't want them anywhere near my car or near me. That's why I call this my South Florida car insurance policy, because it's in the car, right? Yeah. And so I'm just here, and I say, back up. You're coming too. If you have to, I haven't had to. I'm a big guy. Most people don't come. I just give them a look and they back up, or I say, no, thank you. You know, like he's a kid or something. No, back up. I don't have anything to give you. I don't have any problem saying that, but a lot of people don't. So you have the cane. It's better to learn how to use your words, right? Your mom says use your words. Teacher said use your words. What's the word? The word is stop. Stop. That's the word. In case you didn't know, it's not. It hurts my feelings. I don't like it. I don't like it when you. They know that. That's why they're doing it. That's why the guy comes aggressively to the lady who's trying to get her kids in the car and the groceries, and the guy comes aggressively asking for money. He knows she doesn't like that, and he knows she's more likely to give him some money to get him away. What I'm saying, yeah. Good point, Sensei Emmett. I have to go back and I have to think about that one. So from here, just between the legs. Practice that over and over again. A little bit stronger, a little faster. Make sure you do both hands. And again, where's my other cane? If you need 2 canes, this is the answer to the question. What happens if I can't lift my cane because I'm going to fall to the ground because I use my cane to walk around with? The answer is get 2 canes if you can. From here, lean onto the cane, smash them with the other cane. Smash them straight down. And I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit, but you can see if you're holding in this position, you have a lot of options. You have a lot more strength. And if you do use the cane you need to balance yourself. You need to get your weight there. You still have those options, but here's where I want you to do the training a little bit differently than in the past. I want you to think about face, solar plexus, groin, brain, or think computer, operating system. Think about put them to sleep for self-defense. Turn their computer off, right? Boom, for self-defense. But start thinking in these terms of self-defense instead of strikes. Instead of saying, horizontal strike, vertical strike, thrusting strike, whatever strike. Chile, I want to go to Chile. Beautiful. Not sure what a neat girl is, but okay. I appreciate you guys being here, watching this stuff, training with me. I appreciate you guys training with me. For all of those Patreon supporters who've been supporting me lately, and then the gifts. I've been getting some donations on PayPal, and that's keeping these lights on, and that's helping me pay the rent so that we can keep doing these, and I'm very, very grateful to you. So thank you very much. I wanted to throw that in there because I don't always remember to say thank you, but I want to say thank you, Patreon. Thank you to those of you who've sent me the gifts on PayPal, and I got one Venmo. Thanks for the Venmo gift. And I know some of you bought the shirts from the link below, and I know some of you are buying the canes. Every little piece of that is helping me keep this going, especially in this COVID time. And Sensei Emmett is in the same boat. So if you haven't followed Sensei Emmett, please go check out his channel. He keeps throwing up these amazing interviews with amazing people on there. So thank you. I love this. I love this new design. So we got this new design, new school, new design, new year. You sure can. Yeah, use that. Use your twisted cane. There's no way to do it wrong. Use whatever you have now. Invest your time before you invest your money. Get started, but don't wait to start.